It's time to mind your business with me, Jamillah Lodge. Tune in to find out how to mind your business with BEDC, special guest entrepreneurs, industry experts, and more. Brought to you by BEDC. Bermuda Business starts here. So welcome to Mind Your Business. I'm your host, Jamillah Lodge, and I'm pleased to have you here, Vurnell Ball, founder of Bermuda Sensory Company.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So we're going to talk a little bit about your journey as an entrepreneur and then about Bermuda Sensory Company and why you decided to start this business. Okay. So before we get into that, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I am a mom. I'm a wife. I have been working in the industry with the population who have intellectual disabilities and developmental disabilities for about 12 plus years.
Okay.
I have a bachelor's in psychology and I have a master's in mental health counseling.
Nice. Okay. So you are the perfect person to be starting this business. So did you always want to start your own business?
Yes, it's definitely been in my mind a lot. But it's always just that ideal phase.
Yeah.
It's always stuck there.
Okay, so how'd you get from the idea to actually doing it?
I made myself do it. I saw an advertisement for BEDC's incubator program. I was like, we're going to do it this year.
Yeah.
But we're not making excuses. We're doing
it. Sometimes, and not, that's why we do it, because sometimes people need a catalyst. Like, what is going to be the thing to make them step out and do it? So did you grow up with entrepreneurs in your family? Like anybody in your household?
No, not really. Not really. I mean, I have always liked helping people.
Yeah.
So that's just something that came natural to me. So when I thought about a business, I wanted it to be something that was passionate and something I always liked doing.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm a case manager right now, working with adults with intellectual disabilities. And I've also worked as a verbal behavioral therapist.
Okay.
So if children have autism, ADHD, and on those lines. So I feel like this business is kind of like a passion at the same time.
Okay. So talk to me about Bermuda Sensory Company and what your vision for this business is. Because you said you help adults now.
Yes.
And you've worked with children. But what is the overall vision for this particular company?
So with Bermuda Sensory Company, I want to provide easy access to sensory tools. I see Bermuda getting a little bit better with having different sensory tools in different areas, but it's still a little bit expensive. So I came up with the idea to have it in packs and rentals because it makes it more flexible and accessible to everybody.
Okay.
And it makes it, because when you have sensory processing issues, it's not a one size fits all.
Okay.
It's not one child is going to be different from another child, or one adult's going to be different.
Yeah.
So when you're able to rent it, you try it, and then you return it, it gives you
get an idea about what they like and what they don't like. Okay. Yes. And so in terms of renting the tools, and in my mind, I'm thinking, because my daughter, she likes fidget stuff. That's what she calls it. She made herself a little fidget box. She put all these. Yeah. So she has all of these different variations, like you said. So is that what you're thinking? They're manipulative things that people can have in their hand, or?
Yeah, so most definitely there will be different packages.
Okay.
So there'll be a calm package that would have items like a lap pad, a weighted item, common fidget toys. It will come with 5 to 6 items.
Okay.
There will be an active pack. So for those children that like to bounce around and move around a lot, there will be a deep pressure. So some kids like to be hugged and massaged. It makes them feel more grounded. And there'll also be like a sensory corner package where we'll have a little tent and you can have a light in there and you can relax. So it'd be perfect for like classrooms. You can have a little sensory corner on the side.
Okay. So in my mind, I was thinking like you were providing these services, but really you're putting together packages for products that people can purchase to support them like in their own homes.
Yes, and what makes it more easy is that I will provide tips and tools on how to use it, because a lot of people don't feel confident in that area.
Yeah. So from the standpoint of a rental model, you are thinking that me as a parent, I would say, okay, let me try out the Calm Box this month and rent it have you gotten any feedback from parents or people who would be using these?
Yes, I've definitely been right now I'm definitely in the research.
Yes, of
Research
course.
area with different stakeholders like families, therapists, and their and schools. They definitely are very interested.
Okay.
At first, initially, I thought that most people want to own their tools.
Yeah.
But a lot of people really just want to try them out because they're not sure
whether or not they should make the investment and purchase it, and then the kid don't want to touch it or play with it.
Sensory needs do change from time to time as well.
Right.
So, and it's also like a insensitive for your child as well.
Okay.
Because they see, when you see something new come to the house, oh, what is this? So you get to open a box and they get to use it. But it's really, secretly, it's for them to help regulate themselves.
Right.
And
so this is, it's like subscription, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you can subscribe and get like a new box every month or...
It's up to you if you want to get a new box every month. You can keep renting the same one.
Okay.
And there's also options to add additional items onto the package to make it more customized.
Okay.
So you may have the active pack, but say, they're active, but they may want some deep pressure products to go along with it, so you can add on to your package if you want to.
Okay. All right. Well, it sounds like you're doing the right thing by trying to see what it is that the average person will want, or the average parent or the average client will want, and that you're in that industry.
Yes.
It's like you get like free test subjects, if you will.
Yes.
So in terms of your customers, you talked a little bit about it. So the schools maybe, who else would you identify as being your primary customers?
I think right now it would be families and schools and therapists. But I do see in the future where workplaces will find it useful to have a little sensory area on the side where you can collect yourself, because today's world's very fast-paced and overstimulating and stressful. So just having a little moment of peace can do a lot.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I'm like, we need one here. Wait a minute now.
Even in senior homes as well. It can be very good for that population as well.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. So you mentioned that you saw the ad for the incubator and you were like, I'm doing this now. So from the standpoint of taking advantage of this opportunity, what has been the experience for you since being in the incubator?
It has helped me step out of my shell because I'm very introverted.
Yeah.
I mean, even doing this right now, I'm like, look at you.
Like,
am I right?
Yes.
So it has definitely pushed me out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
And you do need to be pushed out of your comfort zone because that's the only way you're going to grow, right?
That's right.
It's because being in isolation is not very useful. You're able at BDC, I'm able to bounce ideas off of people and see mistakes from other people and know what to do or what not to do. So it's been very beneficial.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Look, we doing something right, I guess. But no, really, that's really what it's about. And a lot of times when people have ideas and stuff, they get a little fearful. And I think to me, fear is like a dream killer, right? Because you could get so caught up and so afraid that you don't ever take that first step. And then you see somebody else do your idea and you be like kicking yourself. Has that happened?
Yeah, it has. Yes. I definitely agree.
Yeah. So you know that the first step sometimes is applying, right?
Yes, it is.
And then once you got accepted, what do you think? You were like, now I got to do it.
I got to commit. That's another thing of being accountable to who you're accountable. This is what we're doing and everybody's doing it together.
Yeah.
So
from the experience, what would you say has been the best part for you from your standpoint?
I would say being a part of being around like-minded people.
Got you. Okay.
It motivates you.
Yeah.
And it pushes you because I'm a little bit competitive.
Yeah. Okay.
So if I see, I'm like, oh, this person's doing this. Okay, I need to back up. I need to pay attention.
Yeah.
So I definitely yeah, it definitely motivated me way more.
That's good. So you can feed off the others' energy.
Yes.
And it's nothing like being in a room of people who get it, right?
Exactly.
Because sometimes especially if you work full time, you know how we grew up. The parents were like, go to college, get a full-time job, make sure. And so anytime you're doing something that is different from that, it can be seen as really risky.
Yeah.
And you mentioned you're a mom and a wife, so you have this family. And so sometimes people be side-eyeing you like, wait a minute, why would you even do that? Just go to work every day and get your paycheck. So that you're taking the risk and you're in a room full of other people also willing to take that risk. It helps, you know what I mean? It's like, it helps you to feel like, okay, no, I'm not completely crazy. All right, so now let's talk about your launch and the plans for when you want to see your business fully out to the market. Bermuda Sensory Company is out, products are out. What is your ETA for that launch?
I'm aiming for probably late this year.
Okay.
Because I am also expecting. So I'm working on
that.
So that's in the summertime.
Yeah,
so, I'm planning on late, probably December.
Okay.
Of launching. So right now we're in the pre-launch stage. So we're still researching, and I'm going to be doing a pilot test.
Okay, great.
Where I get people to test the products and tell me what works, what doesn't work. Get the cleaning process done, because that's very key. And it's the cleaning. We don't want to not have products that's not clean.
Right.
Sanitized properly.
Right.
And we have to make sure the products are durable as well. So, I'm getting my ducks in a line. So make sure I'm organized and ready to go when it's time to go.
Okay. So you could probably get ready for the Christmas rush. Or like that would be a great time.
That would.
Launching stuff around holidays and things where people normally buy stuff anyway. Would be good. So you have some time to get it done. So have you already identified like where you're sourcing your products and stuff like that from?
Yes, I'm definitely looked into Amazon a lot.
Okay.
Because they have the most variety of products.
Yeah.
And as another step of like, where am I going to store it to?
Yeah.
That has been one of my obstacles, because a lot of the storage spaces I'm on a lot of waiting lists right now. So if anybody...
like, she needs some storage, y'all. Anybody know?
Everything's going to be in my living room temporary.
Yeah.
That's just part of the journey.
Yeah.
But that's definitely Amazon right now. That's where I'm looking at right now. Because they have a nice variety of products.
Okay. All right. So I think when you do the pilot phase, I think that's going to give you a lot of the information that you need, especially how long it takes to get products in.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And then how durable they are, because, you could have one kid that hardly plays with it, and then you have someone else who is like on that thing the whole time.
Yes.
And then you have to figure out, well, what do you do? Like if something is broken, or what I mean? How do you resolve that? So you got to put all of that in place.
And the rental agreement, have that read it all out in the rental agreement.
Yep. Okay. All right. Well, it sounds like you're going through the proper steps so that you can get to the end. One of the things that I find interesting sometimes is when people, they start out going a certain direction. Yes. And then feedback tells them, well, no, that's not how we should go, and you have to adjust accordingly.
Yes.
So are you prepared for that should you have to pivot?
I have pivoted a couple of times.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Can't be really rigid, and because you have this idea in your head. Yes. Right? But you have this idea, but you have to pitch it towards the stakeholders that you want the idea for. So I did have to change a couple of things, like the types of packages that I offered. I had to change that a little bit. Okay. And the items, I had to think about it a little bit more differently, because some items are way too big to be fitting in a box. Right. I had to find substitutions for that, and it's been a journey.
Okay. Because, and in my mind, I'm thinking you could have the boxes, but then, like, for those bigger items, you could just have them, and then people can rent them separately, not necessarily. That's what you...
That's what they like, the additional.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the additional products are large items. Yeah. Like a wobble board. I don't know if you heard of wobble board, but it's a board and you wobble back and forth. That's a big item. Yeah. But I think it's very beneficial. Yeah. So that's something that you can definitely add on. I just have to put it in a separate package
Right.
to go along with the box.
Mm-hmm. Got you. Okay. See, you thinking of you, girl. You all yeah, right. No. So once it launches in December,
Yes.
and also I want to talk a little bit about like how you envision getting this. Is this going to be like an online store? Are you going to be looking for like a brick and mortar? What are your
So it's definitely
goals
going to be
around
online.
that?
So the
Okay.
website is another piece that I have to work on.
Yeah.
It's going to be online. And delivery, we'll be delivering.
Mm-hmm.
I think immediately we'll be delivering in Central, and then we'll branch out.
Okay.
In the future wise, I also will do pop-ups.
Okay.
Like sensory pop-ups.
Yeah.
To, provide my community with more inclusive things and events to do. So we'll have sensory pop-up where kids and families can come.
Yeah.
And they can interact with different stations, different sensory stations.
That's cool.
So that's something I'm excited about as well.
I'm thinking like PTAs and all of that when they have their, you know what I mean? Because you just don't know what is available unless you're like either a member of a group or something like that where those types of things are regularly available. But in the private market, you really don't see that. I've seen a few like vendors selling like the fidgets, like I told you that. So it's like people are becoming more and more aware.
Bermuda's getting better with it.
Yeah.
Being more inclusive of things. Like you just said, events. It would be nice to have events to have a sensory area.
Yeah.
At certain events, because sometimes
it can be overwhelming
and overstimulating, and they just need an area to calm down and collect themselves. So I want to be around people.
Yeah. That's all you. She gonna be like, and to Bermuda Sensory Company 2.0, we do events.
Yes.
We can curate that little sensory space. That's a great idea, I think, because we host events as well, and I don't think that we've ever considered that, Right. But in the same way as more events are now having kid zones and things like that.
Exactly, kid zones.
You can have a sensory zone.
Yes.
For adults and children. I'll be like, I'm overstimulating these daggone kids. Say mama one more time.
Exactly.
You're going to find me in the sensory zone. So now let's talk a little bit about the whole idea about saying, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. Is it your goal to let this business be your primary source, or do you always see it working in conjunction with what you're doing now?
Right now, I see it working in conjunction.
Okay.
In the future, I may want to grow and have my own space, my own play center. I'm open to it and see how my journey goes.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely excited about it.
Yeah, it is exciting. I mean, for me, having this job and working here is like living vicariously through you as entrepreneurs. So you see all the ideas come in, you see how excited you are about it. And so it's just, I feel grateful to be part of the process, And so I could be like, I remember when we was talking about that. Now she got a whole center, just drop your kids off for a sensory experience. I've been watching these videos. There's this barber on Instagram. I forget the name of him, but all of his clients are on the spectrum.
Yes.
So they have varying degrees of autism, and he has all the things, right? He has the cape, he has the weighted blankets.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean? I think it's wonderful.
Yes, because just being in a barber chair, and there's a lot of sensory things that is very difficult for them to handle. So that's really awesome to hear that he has.
Yeah, that he's making an effort. So I feel like, it may not be the case, but it seems like his clientele is exclusively that. And he basically does the cuts for free from the fact that people watch and donate or whatever the case may be. But I'm saying maybe that's a whole nother option as well, because I know we don't have that here in Bermuda.
I haven't heard, but there are barbers out there that are more like
sensitive or aware.
Yes,
okay.
Because I've had clients that we will have to work with to get them used to just even hearing the tools next to them.
Exactly.
Just that is even in the room.
Yeah.
And then we systematically build it up for them to have it on their head.
Okay.
But
But see, that's another target market potentially.
Yeah, I didn't think about that yet.
Yeah, girl, look, I'm coming with the ideas. No, but I enjoy watching that because they need haircuts too. People with who are neurodivergent
it's a lot,
or sensory. Yeah,
they're very scared of doctors. There's a lot of.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Typical people are scared of going to the doctor, so imagine,
Exactly.
yeah.
My husband will faint at the sight of a needle, so shout out to my husband. Like putting him on blast. No, but it's true. And I think to me what it signifies is that we are being more inclusive.
Yes.
Like as more and more people are coming out and they're having these issues. Previously, we just had to get on with it and just figure it out how to manage ourselves.
Or they just call it bad behavior.
Yes.
Yeah.
When really it's like, I can't take this sound, so I'm going to do anything and everything to get away from it.
That's another key thing, just educating people about it. Just because somebody's rocking or flapping or anything like that, they're trying to regulate themselves. There's nothing wrong with what they're doing. They're just trying to regulate. Everybody regulates. We're all human. You just don't notice it with normal, typical people.
Yeah.
It's more out there with people who's on the spectrum.
Yes.
As something that we do would be chewing gum.
Yeah.
Twirling our hair.
Tapping our foot.
Tapping our feet.
Yep.
Pacing up and down.
Yep.
Those are things that we normally do to regulate ourselves. But with somebody on the spectrum, they need more stimulation and input to regulate themselves.
Yeah. See? And I said at some point it's going to be like, you know how some people say, neurotypical or atypical or something. Watch. Everybody else is regular. Like everybody on the spectrum. We're all on the spectrum is basically what I'm trying to say. Like once you think about it and when you look at how people diagnose different things that you like, wait a minute, hold on a second.
That sounds familiar.
It sounds familiar. It's very true. And so from that standpoint, maybe you get to a place where there is no kind of differentiation. You just accept that you need these extra things or extra tools to help you get through a day-to-day.
Get rid of that stigma that comes along with it.
Yeah, get rid of it because we're all on there, I swear. Sometimes I'll be like looking at myself, looking at my husband, you know. And even my daughter, I know there's certain like sounds she can't. If I say something, she'll be like, it's making my skin crawl. And I'm looking at her like, what?
Yeah.
But that's the reality, you know? So I'm happy to know that it's becoming more normal to have these type of, what do you call it? Tools to help people, manage on a day-to-day basis. Okay. So if someone is listening and they are introverted as well and not so sure if they should take the leap, maybe they have an idea or something like that, what would you say to them to kind of encourage them?
You have to take the leap. You have to start scared. Like you're just scared, you're scared.
Yeah.
Just start.
Yeah.
You have to get over that hump because it's going to stop you from doing what you want to do.
Right.
You're your worst enemy.
Yeah.
You have to get over that hump. And you don't have to really have everything all planned out. You can start small and just build upon it. It's a journey. So expect for things to go wrong and things are going to go right. It's going to go up and down and it's quite fine. Life is like that.
Yes, it is. It is. I mean, I love that. You said start scared.
Yeah.
It's okay. You know what I mean? And I feel like the best learning happens when you're doing.
Yes.
You know what I
mean?
Yes. Because you can talk about it till the cows come home. We can be like, you should do this, you should. But unless you actually start the doing, then you're never going to know whether or not it would have been a success or not.
Yeah. So then you have what it could have, if could have, should have, would have.
That's the worst to me. That's the worst. What if, like, what if I had done that? I could have been rich. It's like, yeah, you could have been. But now we will never know. So I definitely would agree with you. Start scared. Start something. I mean, we try to put this community together at BDC through this incubator to create a safe space.
Yes,
you know what I mean? Where you can come and just share your ideas, get feedback in a smaller group of people and help to encourage you to move forward, right? Or sideways, because sometimes you might have to sidestep.
Yes.
But like you said, it's a journey. You know what I mean? It's not a straight shot. So I'm happy that you are on this journey. And now let's talk about We know we're going to try to launch in December, around December. And do you already have any Instagrams or anything set up? So if people are interested and want to find out more, how can they reach out to you?
Yes, I own Instagram and Facebook.
Okay.
So at BermudaSensory.com.
Okay.
Also on Facebook, like I said, Bermuda Sensory Company.
Yes.
And also, if you want to contact me on email, we have an email, info@BermudaSensory.com. info@BermudaSensory.com.
Okay, got you. All right. So you got the website domain and everything.
Yes.
You just got to build out the website with all the products and stuff like that.
Definitely learned a lot from here.
I know, it's funny because when you think of the idea, you don't really understand what goes into actually making it happen, right? You like, I'm going to just go buy me some stuff, I'm going to resell it, and we're going to be good to go. But there's a lot that goes into the back end. And I was just going to say, I mean, kudos to you, right? Because this is like all new, right?
Yeah.
You've never done it before. You never really had any desire to be an entrepreneur, but you're going through, I think, the right process, right?
Yes.
And it doesn't have to happen instantaneously,
No.
right? It will be better to take your time, go through the steps, contact the right people, utilize the right resources so that when you do finally launch, you know that you have the best chance at success.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm glad that you're part of the incubator program. And if there's anything else that we can do to further support you, then let us know. Yeah. Like from your standpoint, what has been the most challenging thing with starting this business, you would say?
I would say, like I said, putting myself out there.
Okay.
And also adjusting, you were just mentioning the growth.
Yeah.
It can come slow.
Yeah.
Right? So adjusting to that as well.
Okay.
Because you're really excited and you're saying, I'm only on the launch phase. And then you have people who's already have the products. You got people who has a website. So you're at your own
pace.
Stay at your own pace. You're going to grow, but it may be slow, but that's fine.
That's fine.
Yes.
And I think that's a good point because sometimes you be watching what they say, you be jonesing, looking at like, wait, why am I not doing that and not focusing on what you are doing? And you take your eye off the ball, off the goal.
Exactly.
And everything in its own time. And I also want to talk about the fact that some people are like, well, Bermuda's too small. You know, if someone's already doing it, there's no room for me in the space. I would love to hear what you think about that.
Bermuda is small.
Yeah.
I do agree with that. But if the product or the business that you're offering is different, it has to stand out. For example, there's nobody in my niche. There's people selling sensory products, but it's not a rental.
Right.
Selling sensory.
Right.
So I think that when you do open up a business, I think it has to have something
that's gonna make it a little
stand
different.
out.
Yeah.
That's gonna make your customer that keep coming back each time.
I always say that it's nowadays, especially like with social media and everything, I think it's more you have the ability to connect with your customer.
You do.
Like never before, right? And so sometimes people will buy from you just because it's you, right? You have this expertise. You work with people in this space. So you know. So when I, as a parent, let's say to you, oh, my child is expressing this, and you have that kind of inside information to know exactly what my child will need based on your experience, whereas someone else might not have that.
Yes.
So I always think that there's room because there's only one you.
Yes.
And nobody's going to do it like you do it, right? And that, to me, in addition to, like you said, the rental niche is what makes it unique and what differentiates, I think, maybe what you would offer versus to someone else. Because no one's going to do it the way you do it.
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
So keep that in mind. Remember that because it's true. And I think when you take that approach, then it allows you to focus on what's unique about you as the person that you can bring forth in the actual offering and the service offering. Because nowadays, people sometimes will pay more because they want to buy it from this one person because they like this one person. You know what I mean? So I think that matters. Well, listen, we have minded a little bit of our business today. I really do appreciate you for coming and sharing your journey with us because I know it wasn't easy.
Yeah,
like you
but I'm here.
You are here. You are killing it. Like, you signed up to the program. You came on the show. You're talking to people, and the people gonna hear it and see it, which is big. It's big, and it's part of that journey. So good on you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Again, I do want to thank you for coming and joining us. Remember, Bermuda Sensory Company. Repeat the contact details again.
info@bermudasensorycompany.com.
All right. And listen, remember, Vurnell, if you don't mind your business, who will?
Exactly.
Thanks for tuning in to Mind Your Business with me, your host, Jamillah Lodge. Tune in next week, Thursday at 4 p.m. because if you don't mind your business, who will? Mind Your Business is brought to you by BEDC. Bermuda Business starts here.